Well guys, I just got out of seeing Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Alright guys, before I get on to my review of The Rise of Skywalker, hit that thumbs up button, drop a comment down below, let me know what your favorite Star Wars movie is of all time. But I gotta tell you, man, like when I went out to the theater tonight, it was really kind of super cool, man. It was like a real like sweet little thing. Like I went out there because usually the theater I go to, there's really not a whole lot of people that jump into the theater. Like when I go to watch movies at this place I go to, there's usually like maybe 10 people at most, like in the theater along with me. But tonight the theater was packed, full of people, and there was like a good amount of people dressed up as like Jedis, and there's like even a couple of Princess Leias and all sorts of different people in cosplay. It was just a really fun, fun experience. Just walking in there, seeing people all dressed up and stuff. I think the last time I seen people dressed up like that was like Dark Knight or one of like the Christopher Nolan Batman flicks. You know what I mean? It was just a real fun environment tonight. Going out to the multiplex. All right, on to my review on what I thought about this installment of the Star Wars saga, or the Skywalker saga that everyone's all grown up with throughout the last 40 years, 40 some odd years, maybe a little bit more than 40 years. I'm gonna try not to get into spoilers when it comes to my review here. I do know that there's a lot of people that gripe about the last handful of Star Wars flicks, from like the super fans and sometimes even some casual viewers when it comes to this franchise, and and how it's really kind of divisive now on what people think about this franchise, because Disney is finally took over the Star Wars name, and they're kind of like pumping out movies left and right now, what I mean, when it comes to the Star Wars franchise, like Rogue One and Solo: A Star Wars Story, and all the these three continuing saga stories of the Skywalker stuff. And it seems like we're getting like a new, is it like every year or so we're getting like another Star Wars movie? But the thing is, when it comes to me, I'm kind of digging these. These Star Wars movies. I know there's a lot of critics out there that just really hate what these directors are doing, and especially what Bryan Johnson did with The Last Jedi and stuff. But this new film, or the last film in the Skywalker saga here, is directed again by J.J. Abrams, the same guy that made Force Awakens. Well, I'm like having a little brain fart there. But this one right here picks up a little while after The Last Jedi. Kylo Ren is still out there wreaking havoc, doing his crazy shit. And, Rey is still out there just trying to find herself. Trying to figure out what she is, what is her purpose, and things like that. And, of course, we have an evil guy from the past that's still around, right now, still wreaking havoc and putting out his claws out into the world, and making the Star Wars galaxy a bad place. And it's up to Rey and Finn and Poe and the gang and stuff, and Leia to take out the bad guy. And this is what the new Star Wars entails. I don't want to, like I said, get into real big spoiler talk, but I really do like Daisy Ridley as Rey. I think she's just a very charismatic, really likable actress that they got for this, for the character. And I know it's like everyone that they have in this movie is just pretty much on top of their game. In my opinion, I really do, of course, like the action set pieces. I love the different, lightsaber duels that they have throughout this movie, and it's cool that we get Lando Calrissian back. Not a spoiler because you see him in the trailer. Mr. Billy D. Williams and stuff. He doesn't really do much in the movie. He's there, but he's just sort of like, yeah, he's just sort of there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's Billy D. Williams. He's playing that role again. Yay! But it's cool. It's fun to see him and stuff. But he doesn't really add that much to the story when it comes to this movie. And there's a couple of things that happened in this movie that were kind of like fan service moments that were kind of especially there was like one big one, you know, that happens. I'm not gonna explain. I'm not gonna, you know, spoil it for you, but you know, it involves Kylo Ren and stuff, and a bunch of water and things happening at the same time, and it's just kind of like, oh, you're doing this, okay? You're gonna be doing this. You know what I mean? Like I guess they're gonna, you know, try to shoehorn, you know, some, you know, things into this movie that kind of feels sort of, kind of like unnecessary, but I get why they're doing it because the fans love it, and I kind of liked it when I saw it happen. You know, when I saw that moment happen, even though it was only like a minute and a half and it was over, you know, kind of thing. But to me, Princess Leia, or, you know, Carrie Fisher, we all know she passed away before finishing, you know, making this movie. So I believe she only like maybe filmed one or two little things or something. I don't know the whole story about Carrie Fisher and what involvement she had in the making of this, and if she had like some digital face on her when it comes to her as an older actress. But her character in this movie, it just, I know it didn't have that much to film with her, but it just kind of felt like it was, you know what I mean? It didn't, something cooler could have happened out of her being there, or at least the character of Princess Leia being there. And there's one thing I want to talk about, but I can't because, you know, I don't want to ruin things for you guys. But there's like a really cool moment that happens towards the end of the movie. When Rey's doing what she does, and everyone goes, "Oh shit!" You know what I mean? Because there's something that happens in the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope. You know, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope, and you know how you see him in the flick. And there's kind of like that kind of sort of thing going on with somebody else in this movie, and I'm like, okay, I get it. That's what I was kind of expecting to see, you know, from said said person, said character. I was like, okay, you know, I get it. But dude, I do really like Adam Driver also, you know, playing Kylo Ren or Ben or whatever you would want to call him. And because he's really he's kind of like Rey. He's not really knowing what he's really doing. You know what I mean? Is he a bad guy? You know, he's mostly a bad guy, but he has like some good tendencies because his dad, you know what I mean, was, you know, Harrison Ford and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, you know, I don't know. I kind of like the dynamic between Rey and Kylo Ren, you know, in these movies and stuff, and how they kind of talk to each other, and when they're in like different spots, you know, of the galaxy, and they're like, you know, talking to each other. I kind of dig that. I can definitely see why some critics and movie reviewers would see problems with this movie, but the thing is, I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there and like pick apart every little thing that was wrong, even though I kind of maybe sort of did in this video already. But like at the same time, I'm not hating on it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there and talk shit on it unless like I totally missed something. But from like a 0 to a 10, I'm gonna give Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I'm gonna give this one a solid 7. You know, I'm definitely gonna revisit this one again. I think I enjoyed this one a little bit more than you know, the Last Jedi. Even though the Last Jedi still wasn't that horrible, it was just that one horrible thing happened in it that made me go, what the, you know, it made me go, what the hell? You know, especially, you know, the thing that they did to Mr. Skywalker. Well, obviously everyone's have seen that so far if you guys are watching this. But like the way, you know, Luke Skywalker, you know, went out, I was just like, really? Really, bro? You know, like, that was pretty much the moment that made me go, Jesus, that's messed up, bro. That's messed up. The same thing they did to Han Solo and, you know, Force Awakens. Dude, he went out like a little bitch. I'm like, what? You know, I don't know. Like the two like main heroes of the Star Wars, you know, franchise. You know, even, you know, the Star Wars franchise, you know, went out like little punks, in my opinion. You know, in this new trilogy right here. But like I said, I give this one, the Rise of Skywalker, a solid 7. I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this movie. If you guys have seen it yourself, in the comments down below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys like what I had to say. If you guys support my videos in any way, because thumbs up do help. Hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't yet. It's free. It's not going to hurt you if you guys want to subscribe and see some more of my nerdiness right here. And I'll catch you guys all for my next video. Ta-ta for now. And check this out, guys. We even have Jedi here at the theater to watch the new Star Wars flick. I guess the Force is gonna be with us tonight. The Force will be with us tonight. Ooh, and it looks like the Force may even have Instagram. Hey!